Well, hi. It's been a while. It's been a really long time since we last worked on that thing. Actually, guys, it's been almost a year. I remember last year in February. Last year in February, the last thing I did was build a staircase inside the cabin. The 90-degree staircase. At the moment you can't see it because there's a bunch of wood in the way. And a couple of fishes. They're not real, by the way. They're made out of wood. But anyway, about the staircase. There we go. This was the last thing I did in the cabin, and if I recall, it was in February last year. Currently it's January next year, and overall the thing has held up pretty good. Actually, nothing has gone wrong with it, although it's not getting much traffic at the moment. But I think this little steel staircase came out pretty good. So during the last year, you guys have asked a lot about the cabin when I'm gonna pick this up, and I'm gonna try to do it now. How far I'm gonna get, not sure. I'm hoping to finish it, but you know how things are. Maybe I have something more important to do, then I'm gonna go do that instead. Like for example, installing some light bulbs somewhere. And that's a lot more important than the cabin. So at the moment though, I don't have any light bulbs to install, and I'm hoping to do some work right here. Luckily though, there's not a lot left to do, at least on the bottom floor. I mean, the inside walls pretty much finished. Nothing there, I just need to get the dust off it. Not sure if that's even possible at this point, but I'm gonna try really hard. Then the floor, the bottom floor is finished nicely, including the kitchen area, which was tiled. This has held up also nicely. Then about this wall, not really sure what I'm gonna do here. Paint something there, maybe. What do you guys think? And then there's the ceiling. This is the only thing that's still not present at the moment. Courtesy of that pile, by the way. But more on that later. Up here, pretty much the same story. Just gotta finish the walls and the ceiling. And the floor, just like downstairs, it's also finished. And I really like how this floor came out. That's, by the way, homemade lumber. I milled it myself. You sent all these individual wood blocks through a thickness planer. And the final finish was just standard epoxy. Poured a fine layer of that stuff on top. It has held up pretty good because I don't see any cracks anywhere. So I guess the epoxy is nicely holding the wood in place. But there is quite a bit of little bubbles everywhere, so I'm not sure how to get those out. I may need to do another coat on it sometime in the future. At the moment though, it's good enough for me. And yeah, I really like how this came out. This looks pretty cool. Like homemade floor right here. But about that pile now. So during the attic, the main house attic rebuild series, I've been collecting a bunch of these live edge boards, and my end goal was to try to use these to make the ceiling happen right here. Basically what I'm hoping to achieve is just a nice lumber ceiling, and I'm planning to do it by planing these down, grinding the bark off, and just nailing them up there. And basically it's gonna look pretty much the same as this. Actually, I should have just done it the first time around. I figured this is just a temporary like sub floor or something like that, but sadly I can't remove it anymore because there's a bunch of what was that stuff called? Blowing wool right there. There's a lot of that up there, and if I remove these boards, all that wool would drop down, so I can't do that anymore. So I'm just gonna leave this as it is and do a new ceiling on top of this. So I'm hoping that the ceiling will come out great by the end of this video. It should be pretty much finished by the end of this video, but we'll see how things go. And hopefully I have enough material to finish the job. I may even have some leftovers that we could use upstairs somewhere. But let's just kind of get to work. There's a lot to do. Most of the time will go to preparation of the material, I mean. Mainly I'm gonna need like 3 tools for this entire project. And I think I'm gonna use that thing until it's gonna die. Last time I used it until the brushes were down to 0. Can't believe the motor is still spinning after all that years. It's just crazy. Thing got so many hours. Hopefully it's gonna survive this video as well, because I'm gonna do a lot of plating. You know what? I'm gonna see. Maybe I can find some better wheels. Those are junk. Well, I found something, but nothing good. Basically, I only have one wheel that turns. Well, this is supposed to turn as well, but some headless monkey welded it into oblivion, so it doesn't turn anymore. What a monkey. Oh, just what I need. This works great. A lot better than before. By the way, guys, you remember how I used to struggle with these doors? Because the snow just... Well, it was behind the door and I couldn't open the doors anymore. But thanks to the foundation rework that I did last year, not a problem anymore. The ground level is considerably lower now. Thought I'd point that out. Seems like a very good upgrade. That was such a sweet ride. One moment, guys. I'm gonna set up my setup. No, I think that's pretty good. Pretty similar as before. Should work out great. But I need to figure out something about the sawdust. Last time I collected it into trash bags. Man, that was just so bad. By the time I started moving those trash bags, they were all ripped open. I don't know, probably by the mafia cats at the village. So that was basically just a huge mess. Need a better option this time. cow, what a view. I mean the sun. Bunch of Soviet crap in the way. Look at that. That is just beautiful. Wow. Sitta kätte ei saa. Mighty fine ballet. Ma ütlesin sulle, et see libiseb minema. No siit luumees, ma ei kuula sind. Feels kind of familiar, I don't know. It's like I've done this before. Many times. What do you think, guys? Will I be able to fill this up by the end of the video? I think I'm gonna need more boxes, honestly. But anyway, let's start this nonsense off. First of all, we gotta solve a bunch of problems. This one is pretty obvious though. The ceiling is extremely low. I don't think I can do much about it. Now, in addition to the ceiling being low, there is possibly another issue as well. I don't think the ceiling is level even. I think the corner there is the lowest point and somewhere here is the highest point. Like, definite difference there. I mean, not the most precise measurements, but clearly. Like 15 at this corner. 17 here. About the same. 14 and a half. 15. I mean, so far not the worst. I mean, only a couple of centimeters. Usually it's about a couple of miles. So this is pretty good. 15 and a half. Oh, no ceiling there. Okay. 15. Not bad actually. There is this one option that I could try, but maybe I can remove these boards, you know, but leave those in place. Then I could get at least 20 millimeters of extra height for the ceiling. I'm not sure if that's gonna work, namely because someone has decided to put screws on the other end as well, which is not very good. But maybe that's an isolated case. So let's see. Let's try to remove some of these boards. If I could remove at least the top layer, that would already help so much. Plus, look at the bright side. Dude, I'm gonna get so many screws. Look at that, man. That is pure money there. Better than bitcoins. What do you think? Am I digging myself a grave? This stuff is just the worst. You know, I think as long as I don't touch that stuff, it's not gonna fall down on its own. So maybe this is worth it. I'm just gonna get covered up anyway. I just need it to stay there for the time being. Actually, wait a minute. I think this should work. Although the paper is so weak, I think it's gonna serve its purpose. It's gonna do what I need it to do. Just keep that crap up there. This is just incredibly boring. Mine! Mis sul nüüd häda on seal, ma ei saa aru. Oh, sitt raisk. See guys, this is incredibly boring. Nobody wants to watch this crap. Dude, I definitely need to do this one at a time. Too much crap falling down on me. Plus, screws like this, they don't help much. Trying to screw the thing out, it's gonna make the board wobble a lot. And get a lot of that stuff. I would say like 70% of them are like this. It's just insane. The ones that are not bent are just broken. If you're wondering why, then well, that was me. I'm gonna hammer them all over the place. They were pointing upwards and I didn't want to step on them, so hammered away. Ceiling's done. That is some budget stuff right there. A bit of wood and some paper. What a nice finish. But overall, do you think this was worth it? I mean, I only gained this much height. I mean, basically it's nothing. Plus, the bounty was not plentiful. I mean, I only got like, what looks 17 screws back, man. Everything else was bent or broken. So personal opinion, not worth it. But let's proceed anyway. Dude, I haven't even started off yet and cabin looks like absolute poo already. The hell. But anyway guys, I gotta wait a bit. Neck is broken right now. Too much doing that. But next mission would be to build some type of a level frame or frame. Something where I could nail the final finish. Before I do that though, I'm gonna grind or I'm gonna sand the main beams. So those things will be left out from the ceiling area and maybe after some sanding they will look better. Oh man. It's not good. Wonder how long these things have been here. Look at that guys, the nails are not round, they're square. What is that even supposed to be? Looks like a fish bone. No, meille tulee nyt. No, there we go. Oh. Some modern nails as well. These are round. Now I'm just kind of waiting in the comments section when someone is gonna write like a entire book about nails. Can't wait for that part. So that's how gravity works. I thought everything went sideways. The next one, 100% sure there's nothing in here because this is the only beam that they replaced out when rebuilding the cabin. This one has a lot of rust patches on it, so I assume it has some steel in it. But visibly I can't really see any nails. Bunch of bog holes as well. No guys, these holes are not new. This log is as old as the cabin, so over 100 years old. Just previously it was not located at the ceiling. Actually it was, if I can recall, then I think it was there somewhere. Or maybe on this wall, the bottom ones. This one and that one. These are not from up here previously. I just relocated them. And there's one there. You know what, I think this is gonna look really good once we put some oil on it or something. Yeah. I think this is fine. Should be really good. Maybe go over it with a finer disc, but freaking dust cabin, man. Got a little sign. Dust cabin. I'm gonna flush it down the toilet. And this will get the job done, no problem. But I'm gonna go grab an extra piece as well. You don't really want to overburden these little angle grinders. They're not really meant for continuous work, to be honest. You will just burn out the rotor. But this thing is like 36 euros I paid for that. That's just insane how cheap these things are. But anyway, let's make some dust. think it's going great so far. And besides, I haven't burned through any of the angle grinders yet. They're still both going strong. And I really like how this, I think this is aspen bean cleaned up. A very nice white color inside. It has a lot of defects though. I don't think I can get those out. Bunch of weird holes everywhere. I think those were caused when I was hitting with the excavator. Probably. But yeah, let's just continue. Still have a lot to do. It's gonna be fast for you guys though, like always. What fresh hell is this? Man. Dust cabin. I told you guys. Gonna open the door. I'm gonna go wait a moment for the dust to settle. Then we can bitch about it. Something smells funny. Like this smoky smell. I'm feeling kind of cold. Maybe we should fire up the stove. No? I'm confused. Why did I not do this when I was grinding the logs? Way back when. Dude, I should have done it then. Not now. But dude, I think this is gonna look pretty good once I make that ceiling in between the beams. Gonna draw some oil on there and gonna look like cake, I think. It's just whoops, sorry. So much dust everywhere now. Sucks. But whatever. Let's focus on the next objective. Turn my little laser on and now I can finish the subframe. I just need something level to nail the final finish though. Let's go 5. 5 and a half. 7 guys. 7 pieces. And the thing is already full. Man. This is gonna be so much fun. Gonna get so much sawdust. Are you? Yeah. Basically, I'm looking for the lowest spot where I can start off with the framework, and it appears it's near the window there. Is there a kink on the line somewhere? There's something wrong with this line. It's like I'm not getting enough pressure through the hose. It lets the initial pressure out and then just sizzles. Make a new hose quickly. Shit, listen in here. Let's get to work, man. That looks fine. I want to go there. I don't think that's correct. What the crap is this, man? It does lock, but oh, this is not the dual. Maybe that's the problem. What about this thing? Oh, that's a lot tighter. Maybe we can just screw drive that in there. I think would that work? I don't think it's gonna stay there though. Maybe. Seems to work. Guys, I think I have a problem. I don't think I can make this ceiling level. Now right now that thing is pretty low, but look at the log, dude. The difference is pretty bad actually. I mean, on this end we're at, I would say like 8.5 from there to there. What, 3, maybe even a bit less. That's a pretty huge difference. Definitely gonna be noticeable. I think I'm just gonna make the ceiling a bit out of level to match the log. And then try to like at least keep the ceiling the same height wise on between every log, I guess. Well, clearly the log is out of level, the log is not straight, so that's the problem here. But I can't change that, that's just impossible at this point. Yeah, I think let's just do that. Oh, I think this is a better option than having that visual defect with the log. It's still gonna be there, but it's not gonna be as bad right now. Well, looking about 6, maybe 5.5. So the log will be at least 3 centimeters at the glitch.
Man, this thing was really good. I'm really liking this tool. Has not jammed up, not even once. Even if the air pressure is questionable, no problems. Haven't had any issues so far. Now compared to the all-wheel drive brand, this is just junk. This is pure junk. Jams up every 5 minutes, and after a while, just completely quits on you. The only plus side is that this thing costs like $27, maybe even less. Maybe you can use it as a boomerang once you're done with the project. See, they don't bother even putting their brand on the thing anymore because it's complete garbage. It's worthless, man. What the?
Although I did a lot of compromise setting them up, but overall, it's pretty straight. At least the front line is all sitting on a single line, and the rear is also on a single line, but it's slightly tilted like that. I think it's not even gonna be noticeable because we'll see later in the video, but I think it's fine. I mean, I had only two options, and it's like Gerald used to say, the choice is between the lesser of two evils. But unlike him, I have to make a choice. So I just chose the better option. But actually, guys, there was this one more option. Super Sister surprisingly mentioned it. I did not even think about it before, but she said, well, why don't you cut the logs straight instead? Then you can make the ceiling flat. I mean, not a bad idea, just imagine that work. Basically, I would need to start cutting from that end. Not much on that side, but as I come this side, the cut just gets deeper and deeper and deeper. It would even out the logs nicely. However, just imagine if I did a cut here. How am I gonna fix this area up? This is gonna look very weird. So I think this was the better option by doing the wrong option. but there was no good option, so I'm gonna go with this option. Okay, let's move on. Now the next part is gonna be extremely fun. Basically, I need to start planing these things. So yeah, I'm guessing like at least 2 weeks. That is if the planer doesn't catch on fire or something worse. Relax. Really relax. Bunch of defects all over the place. Not getting a good finish. That's pretty blunt, man. Things should cut a lot better with this side. Now that is weird. Look at that. It's like a bunch of crap under the knife there. And the blade is visibly bent upwards. That can't be good, right? That shouldn't happen. Actually, this knife looks a lot better. I don't see any wear marks on it, actually. Maybe it wasn't cutting as good as the other one. Maybe that did all the cutting. What the? How could that happen? Although it was visibly bent before, the back plate actually is not bent. It's pretty straight. Dude, look at that smoothness. You could totally have sex on that. I mean, eat breakfast. Butter smooth. This is so much better. Wow. First board in place. Dude, what the hell? I think this is gonna take forever. Kind of starting to have second thoughts. Maybe I should go buy something. But let's try to proceed ep34 at the moment. I'm gonna do it probably the first layer like this. I need to install them like so. This should be fine because it's gonna get covered anyway. However, do need to get the bark off, and I have an option for that. Ordered something from Alibaba. Probably gonna kill me, but let's try. This little dinghy. Obviously it doesn't fit any of my angle grinders because it's made in China. Nothing makes sense there. However, I don't think it's gonna go anywhere. So let's just kind of see how this thing performs. It actually gets rid of the thing pretty fast. Now for the bottom ones, I'm not gonna bother making that edge look nice, but the ones that will be on top, I need to also sand that part down. Well, what do you think, guys? Is this worth it? I think it looks pretty cool. It's like homemade, completely 100%. Actually reclaimed lumber, but still, I milled that some time ago. And I think it's worth it. It looks pretty cool. It's just gonna take forever. It's gonna take forever. I think let's just continue until I get bored. I'm kind of curious how much I can do in one day. Because this was about maybe like an hour. A bit more, perhaps. An hour and a half, perhaps. I think this is gonna take me several days. I'm gonna roll some music for you guys. Try to get through this part fast.
This is starting to get irritating now. But we gotta continue.
Meow. He actually pulled it off. Here's your reward. You deserve it, buddy. Insane. You do, little buddy. You are a great team together. You know what? I'm genuinely curious what the brushes are doing. How far they are. Man. Look at that. The line is right there below the numbers. I mean, on top of the numbers. Dude, this thing will keep going for a while. So yeah, guys, if you are looking for a thickness planer, this is a clear choice. I've had this for many years and things just gets everything done. It's the little planer that good. And did. My pain is not over yet though. But I'm getting close. By the way, this thing actually a very good bark remover. I don't think you can do much else with it. Maybe carve some wood, but you know that thing will get in the way of that. But as a bark remover from boards, man, this is the best tool ever. Gets that done very easily. Box just disappears. I don't know what's going on. Sure makes a catastrophic mess though. But luckily at this point you can't really make sense of anything.
This thing absolutely eats spark, man. Really great tool. A lot better than trying to sand the stuff off. Now, if I can find where I got it from, I'm gonna throw the link down in the description. So if you want one, you can buy one as well. I am totally impressed with this thing. For some reason, something like this, nothing, at our local hardware stores. I've never seen anything like that locally, so I had to order it from space. I don't know, guys. This kind of feels familiar. It's like I've been in this situation before. Many, many times. Everything's a mess. I have this sudden urge to go watch some TV on a couch. So I'll be right back.
Okay. That went pretty much as expected. Until Super Sister started chasing me with an axe. That was not part of the plan. Definitely not. But anyway. Now let's finish this stupid ceiling. We've got so little left to do. Only 2 more rows. And I think I should have all the materials for it now. I mean, it took me an entire day. The entire day. Just to prepare the 2 rows. Oh, worthless. Yikes. That's a big one. You know what, guys? I think this guy is something like thinking, please, just end me. Kill me, please. Something on the lines of that. But no, I'm not gonna do that. I'm just gonna get a V12 engine and I'm gonna fix this thing. Yeah. Woof! What a specimen. Whoosh, whoosh. Did I not say it right? Abracadabra. Oh, okay. That works. Good to know. Magic, guys. I do believe we are done now. The entire stupid ceiling. And, you know, I think it was worth it. Although it took me at least 3.5 days to accomplish this. I think it was worth it. Looks pretty neat. It's not the best ceilings in the world, but I think it fits the cabin pretty well. And yeah. That actually pretty much wraps up the bottom floor. Well, apart from that wall, but that's not that big of a deal. Just grab a bucket of paint, throw at the wall finished. Nothing much to it. Yeah, and pretty much the same deal up there. But instead of a bucket of paint, I need to throw something else at the wall. I still do have a lot of those live edge boards remaining, but you know, considering what I've been doing for the past 3 days, then I definitely don't want to go through that again. And besides, I don't have nearly enough to cover the entire upstairs wall and roof area. You may have barely enough to finish the sidewalls on both sides, but that would mean I would need to put something else on the roof, and I don't think it's gonna, you know, match up with the walls. Probably just gonna look weird, so I'm just gonna buy something cheap, most likely some cheap wooden finish. But guys, that's another story for another video. I'm pretty much gonna wrap this one up. I mean, the goal of this video was the ceiling. But guys, before I wrap it up, I'm gonna do one last cleanup job. One of those major cleanup jobs. I think I've done like 3 so far, at least, at the cabin. Basically, the goal is to just clean the entire cabin out. And I'm thinking I'm just gonna, you know, just get rid of everything that I don't need here anymore, which is basically everything except a couple of items. But yeah, I think I can clear the entire cabin out nicely. You know, clean the floors, walls, also upstairs, bunch of dust there as well. But you know, let's just kind of do like a quick time lapse. One last time, one last cleanup. Such an emotional moment. So much emotional damage. But let's get to work.